Hello and welcome to Welford Road, the home of the Leicester Tigers. Now, this place has produced quite a few half-decent rugby players and has dominated the Premiership, and it looks as though they're going to do it again. After a very slow start, 5 bonus point wins on the bounce has set the Tigers up nicely for a home semi-final playoff place, and who knows, another appearance at Twickenham. Very few people would bet against that. So let's have a look at what makes these guys tick. Welcome to Guinness Behind the Badge. Quite an impressive list of achievements. No wonder Tigers fans are such a confident bunch. Now, round 21 of the Aviva Premiership has stories at every level, but for me, the story of last weekend was the Exeter Chiefs' remarkable win over Worcester. It moves Rob Baxter's men up into the top 4, and a win over Northampton Saints at Sandy Park on Sunday will keep them there. They get a semi-final playoff place in only their second season in the Premiership. Remarkable, and of course, remember, it also means they qualified for the Heineken Cup. Richard Cockerill, you're in charge of the biggest name in the English game. Pressure on you is enormous, and yet you still have your youthful good looks and your cheery disposition. Do you enjoy, first of all, do you enjoy being the coach?
Yeah, I enjoy coaching, and what comes with that is, you know, the fun of winning and the disappointment of losing and the pressure that comes with that. But I think you've got to separate the two things. You know, if you worry about, are we going to win, are we going to be bottom or top, or, you know, what's the expectation, you get yourself in trouble. I worry about today and tomorrow. And what about this turnaround in the season now? You've had 5 bonus point wins on the bounce. Where does that come from? There's a bit of luck in there. There's a lot of hard work. I mean, Matt O'Connor's done a huge amount of work on our attack, and we do get some stick as a club of how we play and the style of play that we have. But we want to be good at everything. We're not one team or another. We want to have a good scrum, a good line-out. We want to be a tough defensive side and tough to play against. We also want to play with ball in hand. And to be fair, the players we've got, they wouldn't let us play any other way. You've got the usual targets in your sights again. Twickenham Premiership playoff. Do you jump that far ahead, or are you just purely looking at Harlequins? We're going to go to Quins. We think we can win. We're going to go and try and do that. We do that. We put ourselves in the box seat to get at least second spot. Depending on what happens with them the week after, there's a chance for us to be in top spot. So we're going for that top 2. We're going for top spot, maybe. How realistic is that? Well, we've got to rely on other people, but we certainly want a home draw, and our run's been good, our confidence is good, but that can all stop on Saturday afternoon if we get beaten. I don't think too many people will be betting against you. Cockers, as always, great to speak to you. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Cheers. Now, Leicester Tigers have made it to 7 consecutive Premiership finals, and very few people would bet against them making it 8. We're here at their infamous Oval Park training ground in the beautiful surroundings of a kit room. Gentlemen, do you get excited in this kind of environment?
It's like Jeff's front room, actually.
It's nicer, actually.
At this stage of the season, does Leicester Tigers kind of come alive? Is this when you get excited?
This is key now. If we'd like to get home semi-final, finish top if we could, but then if we go to semi-final and lose, it counts for nothing. So we've just got to really push on and get to that final again and hopefully win it.
Very well said.
You're in full agreement with him?
Yeah, well, since he's playing for England, he's changed. The old Jeff would probably say something funny then, but the new Jeff, I'm impressed.
Shoots, you've been around a long time, nearly 200, long, agonising time, nearly 250 Premiership games. Are you as excited about the game now as you were when you started?
Yeah, it's what keeps me going there. The enjoyment of playing, the enjoyment of training, a bit masochistic obviously.
And having nothing else in your life.
Yeah, being basically nothing else to offer the rest of my life. But yeah, it does keep me going. And this year has been, it's been strange. Obviously, we started off pretty badly with during the World Cup. We had a pretty rough start to the season. But our form since the World Cup has been up and down a bit, and in the last 6 to 8 weeks we've started getting it all together. So I do enjoy it, and that's what keeps me going. To be honest, it's that sort of roller coaster ride of professional sport.
Nicely said.
Thank you.
Nicely said.
I learned from Jeff.
Craig, what about the feeling of playing for the Tigers? There's something very special about the Tigers. Do the players recognise that?
You know, everyone's treated equally, and that's on the training field particularly. Everyone gets stuck in, and if you make a mistake, you know about it from either through Cockers or one of the other senior players. So
What about Cockers as the man in charge? What's he like to deal with? Is that the best way to describe him?
He's a lot more studious, I'd say, than people would probably give him credit for.
the shoots tell you that word.
Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it?
What is that, toilet paper?
Look, he does a lot more homework and he's a lot more astute. There's another word.
He doesn't do a lot of homework because he's never at home, is he?
Yeah, it's a good
he does
point.
a lot
He
of
does it in his
office
Doesn't
work.
seem to want to go home.
No.
Does he?
It's like yoga.
Does he love it? He just loves hanging around the club.
That and Bikram yoga.
Yeah.
Is that the one in the hot room?
Yeah.
Where it gets really hot?
You don't want to do it. It's horrible.
Fair enough.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, it's awful.
Queen's is a big challenge. We've got a huge challenge coming off you now. I guarantee you've never been faced with this one before. So give us a minute to set this up and then we will see who is the best.
I've got to watch.
Right. OK, gentlemen, this is the challenge. You have to balance one of these British line quality eggs on the light bulb using nothing more than salt. So you have a minute. If you can do one, great. If you can do two, even better. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you've gone straight for the challenge. A slightly aggressive approach. OK, there, look at that. We've got one already, caught in 15 seconds. That's a record. Look at that. No, that's good enough.
I wouldn't ages ago.
It's fine. And mercifully, stop. The most experienced, most capped man in Premiership history
He did well.
has got definitely one, and for a while you had two. I'm going to give you two, so that's fine. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Not quite so good. You've made a mess on the top of that, and it is balancing. It is, but it's not looking very healthy. Jeff,
Yeah. You didn't say it had to be a whole egg.
I didn't say it couldn't be broken. I realised that. But if we take the egg as a whole,
Yeah.
not all of it is on.
A lot of it.
A lot of it is next to.
I'd say most of it's next
A
to.
lot of it's next to.
I still think I won.
You still think you won?
Yeah.
Shoots?
Oh, the evidence is there.
Clearly you're the
Still
winner.
going. I'd say it's there. That's there till it hatches.
Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Good luck at the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been different. Chris Rose, head of brand marketing for Leicester Tigers. Surely selling the Tigers brand is easy.
So on the rugby side, yes, it's really easy to get people involved, but we really are trying to build the family. We've got a great support. We've got a great family day out, we think. We think it's a great introduction to live sports. And, you know, we had 6,000 extra seats put in and we've got to get those filled. So we spend a lot of time going out in the community, taking vehicles such as this out to country shows and school fetes and all these kind of things, just introducing people to the Tigers brand.
There's a responsibility on the players to help sell the club, to sell the brand. You get the feeling that the Tigers boys probably do that quite well.
Yeah, they're excellent. I mean, we've got a couple of examples just last week where we had Billy and Anthony Allen were down at the Market Street store doing a sign-in for the kids. We had a photo shoot going on here for John Lewis, one of our partners, where they were out barbecuing. We had Kieran Brooks and Ben Woods barbecuing. And then we had a couple of guys delivering a season ticket to a family who'd won our competition.
You mentioned there's season tickets, 10,000 season tickets sold already. How many season tickets are you aiming to sell for next season?
Well, we're aiming to get to 13,500. We finished on 13,000 this season, and we'd like to go beyond that. Well, we'd ideally get to 20,000, but I think realistically, we've already got 1,000 new people in for next season as well.
When results weren't going your way at the early part of the season, was that having an effect on the people who are walking through the door?
On top of the number of players that went away to the World Cup, we had some key injuries, Craig Newby, Jordan Crane, which really made the difference between winning a couple of games over that period. And they stuck with us. Yeah, there was a couple of grumbles, but they really know their rugby and they really stuck with us.
Great stuff. Really good to meet you. Thanks
very
for
much.
chatting to us.
Cheers.
So just 2 rounds of the Aviva Premiership remain, and what a fascinating story is developing in front of us. The battle against relegation is as intense as ever. Will it be Newcastle or will it be Wasps who take the tumble? At the top end, those final places are yet to be determined. But what we do know is the match between Harlequins and Leicester Tigers will be a huge event. Wins at this stage of the season are vital for confidence leading into the playoffs and then the final itself. So we're all done here at Welford Road. Join us next time for more Guinness Behind the Badge.